Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your tarot and oracle reading for the week of December 4th to the 10th, 2023. First card out for you is the Dead End. Guys, I'm seeing a situation here right away where it's like you've done everything that you can to help a person or explain to them that you're here for them and get them into a better situation mentally, physically, emotionally. And it's time for you to sort of like pull your energy back a little bit. So there's a lot of different ways in which this can play out for you in different types of relationships. I am seeing romantic relationships. I'm seeing relationships with like children and adults, like parents. It doesn't really matter. There is someone in your life who it's like they're in a situation and it's like it could just be so much easier. It could just be so much lovely if you just listen to my advice, or if you listen to me, if you work with me. This could be really easy for you. It could be something beautiful for you, but they're not hearing it. And this is a situation where you need to sort of pull your energy back and understand that some people just need to learn lessons the hard way. Some people need to just go off and do their own thing and realize for themselves. This is a situation, especially if this is romantic, I feel like it's a situation where you know that this person will later regret the current actions that they're taking here. Or like even if it's a child, even if it is like a parent or something, like you just know that in retrospect, they'll look back on this and be like, wow, I really wasted this opportunity. I really like squandered this connection with this person. So I don't know. It's not necessarily a bad card. It's not a bad thing. I just see this kind of thing happening where it's like, you know what? I can't force you to choose me, or I can't force you to make the right decision. I can't force you to heal. I can't force you to do something that will make your life easier. That's something you're gonna have to figure out on your own. So you pull your energy back and you start focusing on you. And it's funny because the second you do that, you're gonna start seeing a lot of beautiful things unfold in your personal life, a lot of blessings and success and opportunities. So it's interesting. We have perfectionism coming through. And this says, permission to make mistakes is so freeing. It's the root of creativity and change. Allow me, divine, to make as many mistakes as I need. Free me from the prison of perfectionism. There is no such thing as perfection, okay? All of our relationships are imperfect. All of our crafts, our hobbies, our goals, the path to achieving, it's not going to be perfect. When you're learning, when you're growing, you're going to be making a ton of mistakes. That's just how it is. And when you free yourself from perfectionism, it really does unlock so much creativity and room to grow. So that's beautiful. Your major arcana for this week is Temperance in reversed, which is, yes, a very emotional card here. I feel like you were really emotionally wrapped up in someone and trying to help them like work through an issue so that way you guys can be happy in your connection together, or so that they can be happy. And their instability caused your own happiness to feel unstable, like come and go frequently. There could have also been instability in money for some of you, or like other areas of your life. And I feel like this week is a week where you're taking your power back and you're creating that stability for yourself. You're pulling your energy back, your focus from other people back, and you're focusing on yourself and having more emotional security and safety and consistency within yourself. So we're going to pick 6 cards, 2 rows of 3 from the Good Tarot this week. First card out, Temptation. Oh my. Yeah, I'm seeing a situation here where you're really tempted, guided, feeling like you don't want to give something up. For some of you, this could be a relationship, or this could be a habit, or just something. It's like you don't want to let it go. You don't. And I'm also seeing for some of you, it's interesting. You may be a parent and your child is having a little bit more freedom, or they're going off to school or something like that. And it's like you don't want to like let your baby go, but you have to let them grow and make their own mistakes and discover and learn. That's life. But I don't know, I just feel this temptation to stay where you're at, but where you're at, it feels like it's prohibiting growth. either for yourself or someone else. Okay, so Cancer, I mean, this could be like a codependent type of relationship. Not even codependent. I feel like Cancerians always have this problem where you're very much like empathetic and involved in the healing, the well-being of those around you. And, you know, you sometimes need to learn that just because you could see the highest healing path of someone or of a relationship of yours, and you know that it would be beautiful, it'll work out, other people might not see that vision. They might not have the same perspective as you, and I don't know. This feels like a situation where you don't want to let go of something, but by holding on to it, it's just not gonna let you grow personally. So it's something like that. Second card out, Two of Water. Oh, there's a lot of deep healing taking place in your relationships. Two of Water is a soulmate connection, heart-to-heart conversations, and a lot of love being shared here. It kind of reminds me of that saying, like, if you love me, let me go. Okay, if someone is meant to be in your life, if they love you, they're not going to stray far away. They're always going to come back. And I feel like you guys need to hear that right now. Whether it's a romantic partner, whether it's a child, whether it is a family member, a friend, it's like if you love them, let them be themselves. Let them be the free bird that they are. And they'll come back. They will. You know, it reminds me of cats, like the animal cats. My cat, Mr. Pants, he's 14. I've known him since he was a kitten. And I say known because I don't view him as my pet. He literally, like, my sister just brought him home one day and threw him at me because I really wanted a cat. And I'm like, listen, like, I'm 11, you know, like I can barely take care of myself here. Like, you're more than welcome to stay here, but like, I'll feed you, but you know, like, you can go too. So he was an indoor-outdoor cat, and he went wherever he wanted, but he always came back home because he loved me and I loved him, and we had this mutual agreement. And that's kind of what it reminds me of. Like, and I know that's a weird example, and I feel like only cat owners would understand that, but it's like, you can't force a cat to love you like a dog does. Like, dogs are always loyal. They'll always love you no matter what. They're very forgiving. Cats are not the same way. Like, you really do have to earn a cat's trust. You have to build that relationship. And, you know, oftentimes they choose their human, and they choose to leave if they don't like it there. I've seen that happen. I got my mom a cat one time. He just left. He was like, nah, I'm not staying around here. I don't blame him. It was a chaotic time. But yeah, I feel like it's that where it's like you're being asked to kind of like let someone go through their own stuff and make their own decisions, be themselves. And if they love you, they will come to you, they will tell you, they will express that. So it also reminds me of that expression, if they wanted to, they would, which has a little bit more of a negative twist to it, but you get the picture. And here's the thing, guys, I feel like once you do release and like stop trying to fix a person or their situation, it's almost like they'll resolve it themselves. Usually it's funny like that. I've had friends like that. I don't know why I'm so chatty today. I've had friends like that in the past where like they constantly complain to me about stuff, and I was so heavily trying to resolve their issues for them. Like, you just got to do this, like constantly giving them advice, helping them, whatever. And then I'd be really mad when they wouldn't follow the advice and they'd keep complaining. And I'm like, if you just follow the advice, you'll stop complaining. But then one day, like, I was just like, you know what? Like, they're just going to complain and I'm not going to give any advice, like, at all. Like, man, that sucks. Like, I wish you the best. You'll figure it out, you know? And being able to say, like, you know what? You can figure that out on your own. I feel like that's something that Cancerians, people with strong Cancer placements, have a really hard time saying, a really hard time doing. But you're doing that. Hopefully you're doing that this week. And it's actually going to cause someone to actually, A, heal from the issue, and B, I see someone like returning back to you. We have the 7 of Fire. Okay. Upholding your boundaries, your standards is something that I'm seeing here. Like, you're more than welcome to live with me or be my friend or be in my life, but I'm not going to lower my standards for you. Okay, I'm going to protect myself first and foremost always. So there is a situation like that coming up here. 7 of Fire also shows uneven ground, unfair footing here. You may not have had all the privileges in the world to build your success story. And you know what, even in relationships, like it may not have been the best time. in your life for that friendship or that relationship to grow. But you know what? The Seven of Wands gives me like a stubborn success. You know, it doesn't matter the timing. You know, there's another saying that goes like, oh, you know, it was the right person, wrong time. I don't believe in that at all. Because if it's the right person, it's never going to be the wrong time. And so, I don't know. I'm seeing here like a stubborn love coming through for you guys, where it's like, it doesn't even matter if it's the wrong time. It doesn't matter if you or the other person is going through some difficulties, having a busy schedule. Like, you're so stubbornly attached to each other and in love with each other that you're going to defend this no matter what. However, it's like you're also trying to simultaneously build and maintain some boundaries, so that way, even if they are going through a tough time, it doesn't make you upset. Does that make sense? Sometimes, like, when we see our children or our partner or our friends going through a really rough time, we get upset. We are strongly afflicted by it. And it takes some healthy boundaries to like be like, you know what, that's their life. It's not my job to resolve all of their problems. You know, they have to have their own experiences, and just granting someone that freedom to make mistakes, which is what the perfectionism card is all about. You know, giving yourself and others the freedom to make mistakes. Nothing's perfect. It is so liberating. And I feel like that's one of the best gifts that you can give people, is the grace to let them make their own choices and mess up from time to time. And, you know, just like be understanding of that human experience, and that we're all growing and we all grow at different paces. And, you know, you may have mastered one area of life and someone else your age may not have mastered that yet, but they may have mastered something else that, you know, they can share with you or show you. So it's beautiful. Second row out, we have the Page of Water in reversed. Yeah, this feels like a love for a lot of you that wasn't able to get off the ground. Okay, I'm also seeing, again, like I'm seeing two very strong scenarios for the most of you. One is like a love that wasn't able to get off the ground and you're still very attached to them. And the Dead End card is really showing like, you know, they have some sort of issue that they need to figure out on their own. Like, you've done everything you can. There's nothing else you could do. For the other half of you, I feel like this is a child, and they may be having a hard time like expressing their own feelings or creativity, or like just making bad choices, I guess you could say. You know, just growing up essentially. And, you know, same scenario. It's like you want to resolve their issues so that way you can both be happy, healthy, and have a beautiful connection with each other. But you can't. You know, you have to give people that grace to mess up. We have Sun, happy, love, entering here, creativity as well. There is so much love in the air, and also I'm seeing a lot of just creativity. I'm seeing painting for some of you, art projects, arts and crafts, decorating. I'm seeing someone like planning a dinner party and like getting really into it, like the menu making, like being really creative with it. There's a lot here. This is also just happiness in general, entertainment, sports. So there's a lot here. The Sun card, the Two of Water. This is love, being in love. Some of you guys are very smitten, I gotta say, like really, really in love, strong emotions towards someone. And you know what? You may have been going through some difficulties, but those healthy boundaries and letting them, you know, make their mistakes and, you know, be their own person and not try to change them really restores you back to a place of peace and harmony within yourself. Final card out is the Chariot in reverse. This is your card, but it's out of power. It's in reversed. So I do feel like there may be some travel plans that you're talking about this week, but not necessarily like you may be talking about a potential trip, but you haven't like booked the flight yet. You know what I mean? With the Chariot in reverse as well, I feel like there is someone who is having a hard time coming out of their comfort zone and growing up, like moving forward, you know? Someone is struggling in the growth process is what I feel here. They could be a child, they could be an adult. I don't care. It's like there's something going on in their life and they're needing to mature, but it's a struggle for them, you know? It's like they're having a hard time sort of really embracing the new skin that they're being asked to live in, you know? They're really having a hard time embracing this new maturity. that the universe is trying to guide them towards. So I don't know. That can cause some delays here, you know, delays in love, delays in relationships, delays in your connections in some way. So yeah, guys. Also, I'm seeing here some of you may be wanting to move, but you need to wait. Like maybe the saving process may be a little slower than you realized, or like you're waiting for, I don't know, like interest rates to go down, something like that. I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. Interesting week ahead. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of your week ahead. I do feel like there's more about your week here. This is a very like happy week though, with the sun card with the 2 of water. Like there's so much love, so much creativity, and I'm also seeing like brightness, success, and people really admiring you, okay? So definitely get creative and enjoy this week. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. Go ahead and check out my 2024 tarot and mediumship reading, which is here for a limited time. It's an hour-long video reading where I do a deep dive into your year ahead. You can ask about any questions or topics that you have in mind, and I will get some advice and some messages from your spirit guides. So limited time offer. I'm only offering it until it's all booked up, and then it's gone for the year. So get it now. All right. Bye-bye.